This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast. We'll discuss.
The views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we're the ones who've encouraged you all along to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because it's about the science of caring, something that we could all use an education on. It's time for Careology, presented by CareBag and hosted by the one and only Roxy Brown.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the month of August. August is one of my favorite months, by the way.
Dog days. Gets hot now.
Well, not because of the heat. I just really love August because, one, we have our wonderful, exciting Sunday, this Sunday coming up. This Sunday on August 11th, we have our 4th annual Back to School Cuts. And I love that event. I love seeing children happy. I love seeing children being able to come out and see that nice haircut. You know, a lot of families, let's keep it real, people. A lot of families are suffering. Yeah. Families that have jobs, families that don't have jobs, single parent homes with mom or dad, families that are living with in-laws, living with friends, families that are just working very hard day to day. The prices of things have gone up. They've just gone up. And it is so good to know you can't give your child a haircut because you need that $20, that $30 for gas, that $30 to buy milk and eggs and bread. But now your kid, your child, your children are able to go to school, which opens up the 12th and the 13th, that Monday, Tuesday, because my little one goes to school on the 13th. And a lot of schools open on the 12th and the 13th.
A lot of them going to the next grade level.
The next grade level, and it's so important. Let me tell you something. How you look is how you feel. So I look a certain way today because CareBag's office is moving. We're officially moving everything out today because our rent went up. And I decided that $500 extra in rent can go so far to our mission. Oh, yeah. The amount of diapers, deodorant, the pens, combs, the things that our community needs, I do not feel as a CEO and founder of this organization that is worth spending the money on just to have a quote office.
Yeah, this stuff does not manifest itself.
Yeah, it doesn't come out. I don't go in the office and boom, I have a lot. We have to go out and purchase this. And $500, let me let you know, $500 can buy at least 2 to 3 months of items that we need. It's because we buy it at wholesale. We're a nonprofit, tax exempt. We go out and we look for good quality items at a fair price. And 9 times out of 10, most businesses that see what we're doing when they look on our website, listen, we want to help you. And we get a really good deal. So we decided now to go to a storage unit because we go to the people. Our feet, I always say we're like the feet of Jesus. Jesus didn't sit down and people came to him. He went to them. So that is what we are doing. We are not on our social media site today because I have a guest that's going to be calling in. We have a great show. I told you I have a little twist today. So he'll be calling in. But our back to school event, again, is happening Sunday, August 11th. And I'd like to thank, we keep having more and more people coming in and giving us some great supplies. Sandpiper here in Port St. Lucie, thank you. They did not know. Let me tell you how good God is. They did not know we were moving our office. They had no idea what was going on. And they called me, Roxy, do you want us to bring the book bags over? I'm talking about 300 backpacks. Do you want to bring the backpacks over so we can go ahead and store it and pack it for you? And I was like, I looked up, I said, Pentecostal. So I was like, woo, thank you, Jesus. Because that is the main thing I was worried about. Where am I going to put all these school supplies, all these backpacks? And out of nowhere, one of my supporters called and said, you can bring them, we will pack them, we will buy more stuff, and we will hold them for you for your event. That is nothing but God. That was when I said, yes, I am definitely supposed to move, because they had no idea what was going on. And I want to thank them. I want to thank Keller Williams, Port St. Lucie. It's amazing how people come up. We have a great supporter in Grozer Builders and the Grozer family. And it's amazing because with his reputation, when other business hear what we have going on, they instantly want to go ahead and support us. So APB, Ali Parker Brown, Title Insurance Agency, thank you. Keller Williams, Port St. Lucie, thank you. Caldwell Banker Realtor, thank you. All of these businesses here are local and support our local children. And they are just a few of the businesses. Hearts for Mom, Hearts Unfold, Manchester Insurance, Treasure Coast Lexus, The Porch Factory, Martin County Funeral Home and Cremation, Wax Unique, Children's Services Council, Design a Sign, Southern Eagle. We want to end Grozer Builders, the City of Port St. Lucie. We want to just thank all of these and many more that have come alongside us to go ahead and make this event possible. This is an event for our children. We are still looking some sponsors because we want to make sure every child has a little something in their stomach. So we want to offer them hot dogs. So if anyone wants to go and said, Roxy, we want to go ahead and help you. We want to get beef hot dogs. We want to go ahead and get little drinks, water, and chips that we can go ahead and give them. Nothing, we're not doing fried chicken and rice and mac and cheese. We're doing something so simple that these children could still have a good time and just go ahead and enjoy the day. So if you would still like to come on board and assist us and help us, please come out. Please let us know. We'll be happy to have you. And I want to say everything is up and running on our website for our Jeepers Creepers event, which is happening October 26th. You can come in all your costumes, no mask, please. We will have security on site, and it is going to be at the Mets Clover Park Stadium right here in Port St. Lucie. We are excited because this is under new management now. We have Hearts Unfold event production handling this for us, and we're excited. We have the Port St. Lucie City on board again, and this is going to be a free event. So if you have Jeep, Bronco, antique cars, or you have a car that you've worked on and you want to show off, please go to our website. Please click the link, register your vehicle. I always say when you put skin in the game, we know you're going to show up. There is a small registration fee for your car so we can know how many cars are there, the spaces that we have, and we would love to have everyone. We're going to have a VIP showcase. We're going to have a great car show. We're going to be looking for the best costume. We're going to have music games. We have vendors, a live DJ. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have drinks. This is an event for fun for the entire family, and we definitely want you to come out. So if you want to be a part of this, please go to our website, and you can go ahead at carebagfl.org, and you can go ahead and you can be a part of this. So that's very, very important. And we have a lot of people always calling, wanting to know, Roxy, where are you at? Where can we find you? The only thing you need to do is go to our website, and you can go ahead, when you go to our website, go to Access Hygiene. When you go to Access Hygiene, you will see where our mobile pantry is, our schedule, and you'll see where our mobile shower unit is. And this is the first place we're going to talk about. It's just between you and I and the 96 countries we're in. Excuse me. Last week, our mobile shower unit is now permanently in West Palm Beach at Vita Nova. We are so excited. Vita Nova is an organization that takes children that have been, it's a place of refuge where you can come for a day. And I call it like a daycare. And children that have been aged out of foster care and young adults come there to charge their phone, come out of the heat, just look for services. Our shower unit is now going to be there that they can go ahead and get hot showers. These are children that have nowhere to live, that are struggling. And this is a place, I love what they do. And last week we carried our third shower unit down there. They serve between 35 to probably 50 people a day, depending on the heat, the weather, what's going on. They come in there and now they can have a nice hot shower every day. That means their chances of being productive in our community is even higher now. For businesses out there, when you hire someone, the first thing you look at is hygiene. So when these young people come in, they're coming in clean. And to me, that is a very big thing. Not only are they going to be serving the young people, if anyone else comes by, elderly, veteran, mom, dad, they'll still be able to take a shower within those hours. And we are so grateful for that. And this is something that I've wanted. So I'm really, really happy to CareBag, our sponsors, my board, our donors, everyone that supports us, because this is very big. Our veterans, our children, anyone living in America here, Americans should not be able to be in a situation they cannot afford a shower. You guys know how I am when Mama Bear hits in. I feel it coming on, so I'm just gonna woosah, hone it down, Cliff. But I got my guest. My guest has called in. And hi, Baldy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I thank you for calling in and just being part of Careology today. And everyone's listening is talking about what in creation is Roxy talking about? So, Baldy, can you let us know a little bit about you so my guests can know what we're going to talk about?
Absolutely. So I'm actually the local food reviewer in the Treasure Coast. And I'm actually, and I don't mean to brag, I'm actually the number one food reviewer in the Treasure Coast. And the reason why I say that is because I'm the only food reviewer in the Treasure Coast.
I like that. I'm the only care bag, so we got two things in common.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, I heard about you from I'm not even going to say, I can't say my volunteer. I'm going to say my number one assistant, Miss Patty, and she's been following you and watching you. And then I started looking at some things you were doing. And I don't know about anybody else. I love my food
Yep.
like a lot of people. I'm sure Cliff loves his food too. And I go out a lot. I have meetings, I go to different places, and I'm just going to hit you with something. I go to places, and believe it or not, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I just didn't have the time to do it. I've been really wanting to do this because we have some really, really great restaurants here on the Treasure Coast. So
Yes.
I'm just going to pull out one thing. I don't know if this is on your list. I don't know if you've been there, but to me right now, the best fries that I have ever had has been at the seasoned fries at Duff. Me not wrong. I was saying, oh my goodness, I just had a brain freeze, Cliff, at St. Lucie Draft House.
Okay.
St. Lucie Draft House with Tammy and Catherine. I think they have the best seasoned fries ever. I love it. That's
Okay.
just me. That's just me. Have you
I
ever been
got
there?
something for you and for all your listeners
Uh-huh.
because I've actually done over 200 local food reviews in and
Wow.
around the Treasure Coast.
Oh, I'm loving that.
I've reviewed the wings at the Draft House, and I can tell you they definitely have unique
Oh,
wings.
yes. Garlic
And,
honey is my favorite out of their
oh,
list.
yes, they have so many flavors.
Yes.
I reviewed them. It was a lot of fun. They were so nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a little secret for you.
What?
The best fries in the Treasure Coast
Uh-huh.
is at a food truck
Ooh.
in, let me see, it is considered right near Jensen Beach, called the Dog Pound.
Oh, they
It is
got
a
good.
beautiful little food truck called the
Uh-huh.
Dog Pound. The gentleman there, he worked his way up to finally buy his food truck. He has a beautiful little spot
Uh-huh.
in Jensen Beach, right on the water. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to say the name of the really big food chain that everybody loves, but I think that his fries are the best in the Treasure Coast.
Well, if you're talking about one of the food chains that everybody think is good that might have an arch, I don't think they're the best. I'm just gonna let you know. I don't think they're the best because I've had other fries and trust me, they're not the best.
I understand. Now,
So, uh-huh.
you have me on. This is your one opportunity. You can ask me any food question for any
Ooh.
restaurant. Now, obviously, if I've done the review, that's great. I'll let you know, and I can give you all the tea. But if I haven't done the review, I'll let you know, and then I'll definitely add it to my list.
Add
So
it
you
to.
can ask me any question of any spot, and there's a
Mm.
good chance that I've reviewed them already.
Okay, so where do you say has the best wings?
Okay, see, this is a really great question. And if you're followers and fans of this show, if they love wings, this is one of the most controversial answers that I'm going to give you. Now, most people that understand it love it, and they're excited to hear it. In my opinion, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm listening.
The best wings in the Treasure Coast are at Thirsty Turtle.
Wow. So, I used to
Yes.
go to Thirsty
You
Turtle.
talk about sauce, flavor, texture, the way they cook it. They only have 3 flavors,
Yes.
which is mild, medium, and hot,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And if you see the review I did on them, it is a simple, easy, straight to the point review, and their wings absolutely blew my mind.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to send you to another place. We're not going to talk about it. I'm going to send you there so you will probably know. Okay. So we covered that with the wings. Let me ask you now, I love wings and I love fries. What about a good cheeseburger?
Ooh, okay. You know what? You're putting me on the spot with that one. So I'll tell you who has a very good cheeseburger. Now, cheeseburgers and burgers are also another passion point for people.
Yes.
People will fight over their burgers just like wings and just like pizza.
Yes.
Now, I'm prepared for your pizza question.
Oh, that's coming.
And
That's my next one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some bad pizza reviews as well, but I don't think we want to name anybody in particular unless you want to.
No.
Okay. A good burger, but I'm still on my burger quest. So if any of your callers or anybody has an exciting burger place, definitely hit me up on any of my socials. But I'll tell you this. Island Pig and Fish in Fort Pierce has a heck of a burger.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've never.
And you know what? They don't love me because when I did my review, even though they got really good grades, I was a little critical on 1 or 2 of their dishes, but of course, always a kind way. I'm never going to trash.
Oh yeah,
a local
we
business.
don't want to. We love locals, so we're never going to.
I know, me too. I love local, and that's why I'm doing it. They don't love me, but I'm going to give them a little love and tell them still. Baldy Eats still recommends their, I believe it's an award-winning burger at Island Pig and Fish.
Oh, okay. I've never been there. But
They're
this is
actually a good place.
But
Absolutely.
this is what
they got some good local eats. Absolutely.
This is the disclaimer we're gonna make. When we're talking about, so if we've been somewhere, because see now I'm gonna be on my game now with Baldy. I'm gonna be hitting him up. He's gonna be like, oh my God, this girl keep texting me about food. So we're not trashing any restaurant, anything here on the Treasure Coast. We're not gonna do that. But what we want, if you're not on this list and you know you got something good, contact us. Let us know. We're never going to trash your restaurant. And if you want to know, oh, we like your food, guess what? Raise your game. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing I gotta do is raise your game. If I cook something in my house and they look at me, Gigi, I don't like this. I'm like, no, it tastes good. Nah, I gotta raise my game. Maybe I didn't put enough salt. Maybe I need a little bit more black pepper. Maybe I need to take some out. It raises your
What's wrong with
game.
that?
Nothing's wrong with it. So when we talk about, if we say, oh, you didn't talk about me, maybe because you haven't elevated your game. That's all we want. We want to share
Correct.
love.
And since when
Yes.
has constructive criticism
hurt?
been bad?
Because I take constructive criticism all the time. So now pizza. I have a favorite spot that I go to. I love Bella Roma.
Okay.
Bella Roma's Pizza. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a straight Brooklyn girl. And it's thin
Oh,
crust.
you're Brooklyn. Me too. I'm originally from Brooklyn.
Okay, I'm an East New York Brooklyn girl. So I love a pizza that I can bend. I don't want a pizza that when I bend it, it just crumbles up. I want a pizza when I bend, it's like a sandwich. I can bite into it. The grease is dripping off the paper. And that is a good pizza. I'm talking regular cheese pizza. I don't want pineapple. I don't want pepperoni. I don't want none of that. Regular cheese pizza is what I'm talking about. And so far, I have not met, well, Bella Roma and Goodfella, to me, they're like walking down the same path. They're walking hand in hand together. But I really love those two. But Bella Roma's pizza, when I order it fresh, large, and they know how I like it, I get it right. What about you?
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you this, Roxy.
Uh-huh.
Do you want more of the canned answer, or are we going to put a little spice in this interview?
Put spice in the interview. Listen, they make a disclaimer here, so I'm on my own. Make it spicy.
Okay, so they're not going to come after you, right?
No, they're not going to come after me, no. No, I wish they would.
I kind of tend to
Listen, if they come after me, this is what I'm going to say. This is Care Bag. Would you like to make a donation? That's the most I can do.
Boom.
That's it.
Roxy, I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I do this with the utmost respect for any small business that continues to thrive and strive during these times. I do this because I support small restaurants. I've owned my own small business for many, many years, and I really do love what they're doing. With that being said,
Yeah.
Goodfellas, not bad.
No, not bad.
But they are a chain.
Yes. That is true. Bella Roma is local. Yeah.
They're a smaller chain.
Yeah.
Would not even make my top 20.
Wow.
But that's no disrespect to them. I've actually reviewed them.
Because we are talking local.
We're talking local stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking local, so you are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Yes.
So, Goodfellas is good. I think they have pretty good pizza.
But they're not local.
I actually also reviewed something that they have called a grandma's pizza, which actually, I think happens to be a little bit better than their traditional New York style pizza. Nothing wrong with that. I think they do a good grandma's pizza.
So guess what? Bella Roma does a grandma too.
Oh, and that's I haven't tried that.
Yes, and guess what? When I first tasted it, that's the only one I eat now. I love it. It's something about it. It's
I'm
good.
I'm gonna get you now, Roxy. Bella Roma has been one of my most controversial reviews that I've done. I find that their pizza is pretty good overall. And what I like to say on a pizza scale, if you're going to talk about 1 through 10, 10 being the best food, the best pizza you've ever had in your life. Let's say you flew out to Italy or you're right in Brooklyn at the most famous place in the world. That's a 10. 1 would basically be picking up a piece of cardboard on the floor and trying to put some cheese on it.
And sauce.
I will say this. The most controversial thing about pizza reviews in the Treasure Coast is everybody seems to be in agreement.
Right.
That pizzas are usually going to fall in the mid-6s to somewhere in the 7s.
Okay.
And when I've been doing my pizza reviews now for a while, and I call them the Pizza Wars, Bella Roma was one of the most recommended places where everybody tells me
to go.
You got to try Bella Roma, got to try Bella Roma. Now, I will say this. Bella Roma is pretty good. They fell right into my normal. I believe they're at a 7.4 or 5 or 6, somewhere right there, which is good. I always say this. It's still good.
I'm waiting. Now I'm waiting to hear the number 1 now because I'm about to order.
I'm about to tell you.
Because that might be dinner tonight if my husband's listening.
Okay, I got you on the number 1. Now,
okay.
The thing that I'm going to say about Bella Roma is that I think it's good. It's pretty solid. But you got to remember, I've tried most of the pizza places in the Treasure Coast. And to me, and you're going to love this, the best pizza that we have in the Treasure Coast by far is Uncle Giuseppe's Little Bit of Brooklyn in Stewart. And if you think about the score that you just heard me say for Bella Roma, I gave Uncle Giuseppe's the highest rating that I've given any pizza in the Treasure Coast, 8.7.
Okay. Now I'm heading
Here's
to Stewart.
why they're great, in my opinion, and I learned this after I tried it. Their family is from Italy, but they have all lived and cooked pizza in Brooklyn.
Okay. See, you're gonna make me have to go drive down to Stewart now.
Uncle Giuseppe's little bit of Brooklyn.
Ah.
However, I'm going to give you one more little tidbit for your followers and for your listeners. My highest rated pizza in Port St. Lucie. They were also just featured on the Food Network, Port St. Lucie's Greatest Bites. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yes, I know it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Best Bites or something like that. So the best pizza in Port St. Lucie, this is also controversial, is a little tiny, teeny place in Port St. Lucie called Francesca's Pizza.
Where is that at?
So, you know what's hilarious? I am horrible with directions.
That's all right. I can look it
up. It's right next to a barber shop. I think it's on Port St. Lucie Boulevard, and I always just take my GPS everywhere. But the cool thing about Port St. Lucie is everything is pretty much within a 15-minute drive, no matter where you go. So, but yeah,
it's called Francesca's Pizza.
I believe I gave them right under. I think I gave them an 8.6.
Okay. So Francesca's Pizza is at 3961 Southwest Port St. Lucie Boulevard.
Boom.
Okay, there we go.
Absolutely.
That might be lunch. I haven't had the. You know what? I like to try new. So this is me. I love to go out to eat, but where I get afraid now is trying new places that nobody has recommended because you don't know what you're gonna walk into. And the one thing I try not to do is go on the health department site because I won't go nowhere. I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. I won't go because little things could happen. They may come the day something falls on the floor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They may come the day where you were out, 3 people called in sick. So that doesn't really justify how they are. But once I read it, I'm done. You know, once I read it, I'm done. And so I try not to. Now, if a place is bad and because they're very strict, a place is bad and they close it temporarily, you're not going to see me back there. I don't care if you've gutted the place out. I'm not going to go back. But I really don't go on there because anything could happen and you don't want to slight them, you know, by one little thing happening, even though they correct it. So, but I'd love to go out, you know, and I think it's just being fair to everyone. You know, you want to be fair. So, I got to check this out. So we did fries.
You got to be fair. You're absolutely right. And the one thing that I do, Roxy, is I am doing the dirty work for everybody.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
I'm swimming through. I'm trying it. I'm walking in. I'm trying all the places. And the cool thing that I like to do is I always ask them 2 questions. What is your most popular and what do you recommend? Yeah. And by the way, that's a little tip for everybody. Everybody always wants to go in a restaurant and kind of order what they know they like.
Yes.
But in order to give yourself the best chance of eating something good at any restaurant, flat out walk in there, and I don't care if they get a little offended, say, hey, what are you best at?
Yeah.
If I had to pick one dish to showcase your restaurant or food truck, only one to the world, what would it be?
But do you know that's what I do?
I promise you'll eat better food.
But you know, that's what I do. If I go to some place new, usually I go I have some places I go, and when they see me, Roxy, your usual, and I'm like, you know what? I really love to try something new. What do you recommend? Because the people that are serving you, they know what's good. They know what they love. They know what most people actually order. Even when it comes to drinks, everything. I find that. And when I do that, I get really, really good food. If I don't like it, they can look at my face and they're like, you didn't like that? I'm like, nah, not really. And I'll just get something else. Because I try not to send food back. That's one thing I don't do. If I don't want it, I'm just going to not want it, not order anything else. That's just how I am.
You know what? I respect that. I respect that. I think that there's a lot of, and I know I might be veering a little, and then we can go back.
You're good.
Thank you. We have so many good food options. By the way, a little secret. I don't know if you like Jamaican.
Excuse, you don't hear the accent in me?
I do. I got a little tip for you. All right, so but the thing that I was going to say really quick, and I hate to veer, I've worked in the food industry, and I know how tough it is on these people in these restaurants.
Yeah.
And I like what you just said, and I don't know if you realized it, but I really love it. When you get what you get what you get.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, that's great. That's fantastic. But if you don't love it, don't try, and I'm not downing anybody, but don't, I've seen all too often, I've seen where people say, oh, I didn't order this, or, where they basically try to lie
Yeah.
or fabricate the situation. Listen, sometimes you're going to take a chance on your meal. If you love it, boom, you had a great meal.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, unfortunately, listen, unless they cooked it horrible,
Yeah.
unless they cooked it bad. Now, if they cooked it bad, I don't get me wrong. If they didn't cook it at the right temperature, or it looks bad, or something happened, absolutely talk to your server, but speak to them with respect.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, they're working, they're doing
Yeah.
their job, they're busting their butt, and all they get paid is tip. But I do love what you just said, and that, hey, you could see it in my face. You can look at my face and see I'm not happy, but I'm not gonna, go out of my way to
Yeah.
make your life hard today.
Because what people have to remember, I know we're varying, but it has to do with food. It has to do with our going out. Your servers don't cook the food. Your servers don't prep the food. Your servers
Correct.
bring you the food. And when I see people nasty toward the servers, I'm a Brooklyn girl, so I gotta say something. I'm like,
Me
yo,
too.
they didn't cook the food. Give them a break. Talk to the manager, deal with it on the upper level, leave her alone. And it's bad because their tip reflects the service that the next person that's getting paid better than them, is making. So sometimes you got to educate people, and a lot of people don't really think that far in. I think that far. One of my jobs used to be at Juniors. That was one of my first jobs that I got. And I didn't do too well at it. I did good service, but that wasn't going to be my cup of tea,
Right,
And
right.
I think everybody needs to be a waitress or a waiter, because you get to really, really understand the job. So I've been, 18, 19, I was working, and that's the time when people love to tip. I don't know about now, but, we have to recognize that and tip your waitress,
Yes.
tip if you see them coming to give you good service, people tip them. I'm a big
Yes.
believer in that, especially when you see them trying hard. And I think
100%.
waiters and waitresses, they know when they're gonna get a good tip. They know automatically.
Oh, they start to know.
They start to know, and they know when they're not gonna get one. And if you start getting crappy services because you've given off that aura that
Yes.
I'm not really feeling you, and
Yep.
they're not feeling you either. They're gonna serve you, but you're gonna get the bare minimum.
Yes.
So
So
that's it.
I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to stick up for the people a little bit here.
You can go ahead, because I'm hard
But
on
I
them.
believe what you are saying 100%, and that is tip your server. They could be having a bad day. They could be having something
Yep.
bad happening at home. You got to remember that sometimes you can be the difference
Yes.
in making a change in someone's life
Yes.
just by tipping them, not only when they're the best server you've ever seen, but also when maybe they're having a rough go at it.
day,
Maybe they had a death in the family. Maybe something happened. Maybe they're thinking about their bills. So by you not tipping your server, I actually believe you are putting bad into the world.
Yeah.
And some people will say, well, my food wasn't good. And I understand that. Now, listen, if you want to have a sliding scale, now listen, I could have a whole conversation about tipping etiquette and all of that and the proper percentages and all that, but I don't know if we want to veer that way today. But listen, just for example, if you want to have a sliding scale on your tipping procedure, that's okay. For example, if you're going to be honest with yourself and you're going to start all the way at the top, and I know most people say tipping 30% is insane, tipping 30% is wasteful, but I start my sliding scale at 30%. Now, if something happens or if they're a little bit rude, don't go from 30% down to zero.
Zero. Yes.
It's like disciplining someone. That's not the proper way to treat someone. Now, if you say, listen, the food was this, your service was horrible, this was this, this was that, so I'm going to go, you're not getting 30 from me because I consider 30 to me blessing you and blessing this restaurant.
Yes.
But I'm going to take it down to, let's say, 20%. And I know a lot of people say 20% is already an amazing. Again, I'm talking to each their own. But at the end of the day, tip your servers, and I agree with you 100%.
That I agree because everyone, a lot of people, I'm talking about what some people do. So as long as you're getting good, now you have some servers that are just blatantly rude. You can tell.
Correct.
You have some that just don't care. I don't even know why they came to work, to be honest. If you knew this, if you knew this is what you were gonna do, you should not have come to work. And the same way you do that at home. You see what I'm saying? If that's what you're doing, and you want that service that you get from everyone else, what you want to, how you want to be treated is how you need to give it. And that, I think, if
Absolutely.
everyone goes by that, it's going to be great. So we really, really want to, hone in on that, and we really want to remind people of that. So I know we veered off, but you know what? That comes with
We
good
veered
food.
way off.
No, but you know what? That comes with good food. If you have good food and you're going someplace to eat, that's a part of it, and you have to know. So
It
you said
is.
about
And
Jamaican
by the
food.
way,
Mm-hmm.
I can have a whole discussion on tipping etiquette and
Etiquette.
what I feel is proper. I've been a server, but I understand everybody has their own thing.
Right.
But let's end this on this as far as the tipping and dealing with your service. I understand what you're saying about when they are going crazy and they're super rude. Yes, you
Mm-hmm.
probably shouldn't have showed up. It's like us having a bad day. We just
Yeah.
don't show up for work.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. But remember, also keep in mind that they do make their money. They pay their bills
By their
only by
tips.
tips.
That's right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, I hate to say it, the
Mm-hmm.
restaurants don't pay a lot, sometimes because they don't make a lot.
Right.
So just remember, tipping is caring, and tipping is actually doing good in the world. And
Yes.
sometimes, just by tipping a server, you can definitely make their life better.
Yes. Especially, I tell you, there's some servers that when they see me, there's a restaurant I go to,
Yeah,
and my husband laughs because when I go, you can see them, especially if they know us, you can see them trying to have us veer to their table
I like
because
that.
I want good service, and my best way, take my order, give me my food, walk by, don't talk to me.
Wow.
I'm when I'm sitting with my family and I'm eating, I don't want to be talked to. I don't
Oh,
want you to come to me 5 times for the time asking me, how are you? How are you? How are you? You see my water's low, bring me water. If I don't want it, I'll just say no, thank you, and you can go on. You see my drink running low, but I'll tell you when this reaches here, bring me another one. I know what I want. We know what we want,
uh-huh.
and that's how I am. Especially if we're in a group of people, I don't like to be asked every minute, "You okay? You okay? You okay?"
Okay.
For some reason, that kind of sets me off a little. I know you're doing your job, but I tell them. See, that's the good thing about it. I tell them, this is what we want. You don't got to come. You can walk by, check on us, but you don't need to ask us anything. We're good. And
I like that.
you see when they do that and they follow my direction, man, I love them for that.
I
Because,
like that. I
because,
like that, Roxy. When you go in the Ubers these days, they
uh,
literally have a little button. You could press, I want conversation, I don't want a
come.
conversation, or leave me alone. And so
Oh, they
Roxy's
do. I don't
button,
take Uber, so I don't know. But I love
okay,
that button.
Roxy's button is, you better leave me alone,
Yep.
fill up my drinks,
Yep.
make sure, you bring me my food hot, and I'm good.
Yes, yes. And one thing is when I'm out with my grandbaby, I love when I go to a restaurant and I order and they bring her food first. Let me tell you
Oh,
something. That just adds to your tip. I'm
I
telling
like
you,
that.
I love that. There's some restaurants, but they're bigger chains, so I won't mention them. But when they come, they bring the kids' foods first, and that
You're
makes it
so
good.
right.
You can cut it, you can feed them that when our food comes, we can eat, we can conversate, because that's the time we get to enjoy ourselves. And every time we have to stop and answer you, we sometimes forget that train of thought. So to me, it just encompasses everything. But
I like that.
I'm gonna
I
s-
like that.
I'm gonna
I
stop
want to just
here.
say,
Uh
back in
huh.
the day,
Yeah.
that is the way that the good restaurants used
Yeah.
to do it. They used to bring the kids food first.
Yep.
You didn't even have to ask. The kids are chilling, eating, and the adults get to talk.
Yep,
Absolutely.
and that is I love that. But you mentioned something. So I'm Jamaican heritage. So my husband is Jamaican. So we're cooking, we're eating it, everything. And I can cook. I love to cook. So what
Okay.
Jamaican restaurant? Because I have one or two local that I really love. But what Jamaican restaurant? I don't go to Jamaican restaurants a lot because I cook at home. But if
Okay.
I'm having company or somebody just pops in and I wasn't expecting and I need to run out, that's my go-to. So give me one or two Jamaican restaurants you've been to that are great?
Okay, Roxy,
Yes.
controversial subject. Everybody loves them some Jamaican food.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this, Treasure Coast Jamaican food is very good Jamaican food, great Jamaican food. It's very hard to come by. Now, I want to tell you something.
They need to come to
I've
my
been eating
kitchen then.
Jamaican food now for over 20 years.
Okay.
My wife is Jamaican.
Okay. Okay.
Obviously, her mother's Jamaican. I've been to Jamaica.
Okay. Same here.
Am a connoisseur of really
Good
good Jamaican food.
Yes, sir.
And I know the difference when you serve me my rice and peas, when you serve me my oxtail,
Tail. And my fish, my escovitch fish.
Yep.
Yes.
Everything.
So those who don't know escovitch fish, it is fried fish, and then they put it in a sauce. Sometimes it's a brown sauce, but it's a sauce with a lot of flavor, with a lot of pepper, and it just makes it good. And especially if they put a nice steamed bami. Bami is cassava. And listen, people, we love our food. Me and Baldy are right now on the same path. I've lived in Jamaica. My dad's Jamaica. I grew up. This is the food that I know. That and Trinidadian food, because I love roti. And oh yeah, so and the thing is, I've only been to one restaurant, and I've used that restaurant when I've had to cater something because his food is pretty good in Port St. Lucie. But I want to know, like you said, it's everybody thinks they can cook. I've gone someplace and I've had ackee and saltfish, and the ackee wasn't cooked properly. And that's a Jamaican dish, everyone. For those of you not listening, those of you who don't know, everyone knows.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about that ackee and saltfish.
So, so a lot of people don't know, but where have you gone that you can say, you know what, this is pretty decent, pretty good?
Okay, I got you. But first, Roxy, I'm going to put you on the spot.
That's all right.
What Jamaican restaurants do you think is on Roxy's top list of restaurants that can for real cook Jamaican food?
I don't remember the name, but he is off Port St. Lucie Boulevard near Par. I believe his name is James.
Okay.
I think you know the restaurant.
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
That's all right.
If you remember it, let me know.
Yeah.
Because another one of my, I won't say it unless you say it.
Okay.
Another one of my most controversial reviews was very, very subpar Jamaican food.
Near US 1?
Oh, if I say it, they're going to know.
Listen, I doubt they listening, but that's okay.
Port St. Lucie Boulevard.
Yeah. Oh, Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Near US 1 or higher up?
No. I believe it's the opposite, right where, they're going to know.
That's all right.
Right where you looked up, right next to Francesca's Pizza's at.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but
I'm not going to say it.
No.
I'm not going to say it because I think we want to keep it positive here. I will say this, though, and I want to tell you this. Whenever I do a food review, ladies and gentlemen, I will always reach back out to the owner, and I will try to talk to him, and I will try to give him constructive criticism, and I will give them every opportunity to either redo the food or do something. And this particular restaurant, I called him multiple times, and he basically said, whatever, do what you got to do. And I put out the review, and it is what it is.
Okay. I think the restaurant's name is called One Love. Hey, look, we're just talking. And then we have another. So there's two restaurants, Jamaican restaurant I've been to. I've been to Jimmy's on US 1 and One Love.
Okay.
I've had some good food at Jimmy's, and I've had some not so good. I think it all depends on the cook that is there. But he's clean, he's decent, and oh my goodness, I can't believe we only have 6 minutes left. My God, engineer's looking at me with the fingers going up. People just fingers letting me know the minutes. And
time flies by.
Time flies by fast. Listen, we got to do this again. So those are the two that I've been to. Is there any other one I need to check out? Because I cook at home.
I'm going to tell you. By the way, I'm not going to say their name.
Well,
My
text
wife was
me.
trying to correct me, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their name. You said the name wrong, and I think that's good for this purpose.
Okay.
But right in the direction of what you were saying, the first one, not Jimmy's. I'm not
Okay.
going to say you were
Okay.
off by one word, but that's okay.
Okay.
I just want to say something. Constructive criticism is okay. It does not mean I hate you. It does not mean I hate the restaurant. In fact, I'm going to tell everybody something. Shout out to One You Know What International. They actually have really, really good jerk shrimp rasta pasta. I thought it was phenomenal. Now, sometimes you hire people, and I'm going to go quick because I know we're running out of time. Sometimes you hire people. Sometimes they have a bad day. Sometimes the cooks ain't cooking.
That's
they
true.
ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at them. Make sure that they're following the procedures. Make sure they're doing their thing. Make sure they're putting the proper amount of jerk. Because when you give me some jerk chicken, the jerk better be jerking.
Listen, I love it. I love it. Listen, but my husband says this. Don't skimp on ingredients, because if you give me something good the first time and you try to skimp on it, I'm tasting it. Keep everything consistent. Everyone's trying to skip and do this. Keep everything consistent. Baldy, we got to do this again. We got to. I can't. My time is up.
But you want my number one Jamaican restaurant.
Yes. Other than my house.
The Treasure Coast.
Yes.
It is a brand new place. They've only been doing it for a few months. They are straight from Jamaica. They are the sweetest people in the world. And don't ask me where they are. Look it up on GPS. I'm actually bad with directions.
Okay, just give me
It's in the Benny's Pizza old little building in Port St. Lucie. Benny still has a couple of locations, but he closed the small one down. It is called R&S Patties.
R&S Patties.
Patties, the husband and wife.
Okay.
Everything.
R&S Patties. I'm going to have to stop by there because I have to bring lunch home today.
And S's and Sam Patties.
R&S Patties. Okay, I'm going to check them out. I'm going to check. Trust me, I'm going to.
R&S Patties, I'm going to tell you right now, they have the best oxtail and jerk chicken that you're pretty much going to get out there. They do like 8 varieties of patties.
Ooh.
Like jerk chicken patty, this patty. It is amazing. So definitely check that out.
I'm going to check it out. Baldy, I'm going to be texting you. Listen, this was great. I thank you. We got to do this again because I'm waiting for the feedback now because I know it's coming, but it's okay. You want to give me feedback? Dial me at 772-222-7399. You can text me. You got a restaurant you want us to check out. You got a restaurant. You own a restaurant. You had some good food. Let us know because it's time to go. Baldy, we so appreciate you coming out and talking with us today. This is Baldy Eats, their #1 restaurant critic here on the Treasure Coast, and we love it. Thank you, Baldy. And
Thank you so much, Roxy. Follow me at Baldy Eats on all platforms. That's BALDYEATS on all platforms. Hit me up if you have any place that you want me to review.
Definitely, definitely. And thank you so much, sir. You and your wife and your family have a beautiful week. Definitely. God bless.
You as well, Roxy.
Thanks.
This was a pleasure. This was an amazing conversation.
It was, and it was fun. I love it.
And I love you. You have a great personality. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, hon. Have a great day.
Baldy Eats.
Thank you so much.
Baldy Eats, yes, on every platform. Please check them out. We want to give support to everyone that's going on in our community. If you have a restaurant, we love you. If your game is slipping, we want you to raise your game. That's all we're doing. We're not knocking anybody. We're not throwing any shade at anybody. We love our community. And when people come in our community, we want you to start recommending. Because when business do good, we do good. This is Roxy on WPSL, your Careologist.
And don't forget, we do have the haircut event.
We have the haircut
Sunday.
event coming up Sunday. If you want to support us in any way, please. We're looking to do hot dogs and chips and water for our kids and the families that come out. So if you'd like to support us, please go ahead and reach out to us, 772-222-7399. To our sponsors and everyone that supports us, thank you. This was a great show. We're going to have him back. This is Roxy. Enjoy your week. God bless. And remember, find something to be grateful for. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Bye-bye.
There you have it. Yet another exciting episode of Careology, the science of caring. with Roxy Brown, your host each and every week right here on Digital 1590 WPSL Port St. Lucie. The talk of the Treasure Coast. There's a reason why we're the talk of the Treasure Coast. Very controversial things happen here. Even when it comes to talking about food. Very good show, Roxy, by the way. Okay, stick around. More goodies coming up here on WPSL.